The National Road Fund Agency is the lead tolls agent in the implementation of the National Road Tolling Program. With the opening up of tolling stations across the country, the agency has introduced a system where prospective employees are sourced from within the localities where these stations are operating from by giving preference to candidates who reside in the respective areas. This is being done without compromising on quality or any other qualifications required for the positions, while creating employment for the local communities and encouraging ownership of the road tolling program. And the initiative has been welcomed by respective local communities and traditional leaders where these toll gates have been constructed.
Our visit here, Kanabesa, is to appraise you on the developments at Chilonga toll gate, to be specific. This is a toll gate which is between Serenja and Pika, just about 30 kilometers from Pika southbound. We do appreciate the wise counsel and support during the construction and recruitment phase of this toll gate. Through your guidance, Kanabesa, we managed to, as we have decentralized our recruitment policy, we've managed to recruit local people who will be working as toll collectors at Chilonga toll gate, and I'm pleased to mention here that we have 16 toll collectors who have been recruited within the jurisdiction of Muchinga province. This, Kanabesa, is a trend. This is ideally what we do to almost all toll gates that we are opening across the country. We want to empower the local people where these toll gates are being constructed, so that residents of those areas can come forward and meaningfully contribute to national development through delivery of service through employment.
Yeah, first and foremost, I would like to thank you and welcome you to my palace. You know, I'm just learning it for the first time, for the great job which you are doing as the National Road Fund Agency. Because some of these things, when you talked of the incentives, all that, I didn't know that you could even give incentives. I'm just learning it for the first time. But first and foremost, I would like to thank you and congratulate you as the National Road Fund Agency, the greater job which you are doing. Even furthermore, to the target which you have put and installed in my chiefdom. You recognize us by giving us those boys and girls right now who are working, whom you have recruited, and especially in Muchinga province, because by doing so, you have created a lot of employment. We don't know what you have done. The families today, where these 16 boys and girls are coming from, today their families won't be the same. You have at least removed that burden which these families used to have before they could get employed.
Now that government has made this initiative to put a payment area whereby everybody using the road should at least drop something there, that is a very good initiative, because this money will help maintain the road. Unlike what used to happen in the past, whereby the road, even if it's depleted, nobody cared to maintain it. Now that money will be realized just there at the point, this money will be used to maintain the road, and I'm sure even our small roads in the villages will be, the same money will be used to maintain these roads in the villages, which is a good thing. I appreciate the program, which is very good.
Most of the recruited toll collectors have taken up the initiative and are themselves giving back to the community through corporate social responsibility, an integral part of the NRFA corporate philosophy and business. The agency strives to make a positive impact on the society and the environment in which it operates as it implements the National Road Tolling Program under its mandate of resource mobilization and recognizes the importance of corporate social responsibility as a mechanism to support and help uplift local communities. Located half a kilometer away from the Inokavindele Toll Plaza between Chingola and Solwezi is George Mwelwa Basic School, a beneficiary of the Feed the Child program and the Sponsor a Child initiative, two initiatives propagated by staff at the toll station. The program is aimed at feeding about 200 pupils every morning as an incentive to encourage consistent attendance of classes by pupils that are demotivated to attend classes due to poverty and long distance to school. Mala Machola, the senior toll collector at Inokavindele toll station, explains that the two initiatives came out of a desire to make a positive impact in society and the environment in which the agency operates.
The initiatives that we so far implemented, Feed a Child initiative and Sponsor a Child initiative. So the Sponsor a Child initiative implies that a few of our members of staff are going to sponsor at least 21 pupils to start with. That means we're going to pay their school fees, buy their school items, and everything that is needed to push them into school. Then the Feed a Child initiative, which we launched around this month, implies that a child doesn't have to get to school without having food or being fed. So the children are actually fed on porridge, rice, or anything that we can provide as a station. So far, we've donated about 5 bags of mealie meal, bales of sugar and peanut butter, just to jumpstart the initiative. And we liaised with the parents and the PTA association. They managed to pick at least volunteers to cook for the children.
Through the Sponsor a Child, 21 pupils are said to benefit by having their school fees paid for through contributions by toll collectors at Inokavindele toll station.
We adopted at least 21 pupils that are going to be sponsored by the members of staff of Inokavindele station.
And George Mwelwa Primary School head teacher Mr. Lucas Chavala says the two initiatives by the NRFA staff have greatly reduced absenteeism among pupils and improved performance, especially noting that the Feed a Child initiative is acting as a great motivator for pupils to attend classes who have to walk long distances to school, most times on an empty stomach. He says the NRFA had set a precedence in extending a hand of help to the needs not only of the school, but the small community at large, and urged others to follow the suit.
Really, as a school, we have benefited a lot by the initiatives that the officers from Tollgate came up with. The feeding program, feeding of the learners. This program has helped us. It has reduced absenteeism. We used to have a number of pupils shunning to go to school, because apparently our pupils, they cover a very, very long distance, and after knocking off, they go on empty stomach. But with this initiative, as pupils come to school with the intention of maybe finding food to eat here, we also teach them, and the performance has really improved.
For most of parents, the initiative by the agency through its staff is a relief to the efforts being made by the parents of this small community to secure putting in and ensure a secured future for these kids. Mr. Christopher Sakashe, who spoke on behalf of the parents, commended the NRFA for initiating programs that are aimed at complementing parents' effort in securing a better future for their children.
Okuyimirira kw'abafyashi bonse abape skulu lino erya George Mwelwa makamaka ndefwa ya okutotela okupitila mu ipunda lya head teacher okutotela okufuma kuli ba manager ba Tollgate ya Long Solwezi Road ya Kavindele kwena ifwenga abafyashi nokuyimirira kongefe na chilanda abafyashi tuletotela sana pa mulimo ba manager batuletele pano, especially kuli support batuletele pano pa school. Twalikwete obwafi obukalamba sana panuma wakutila elingirini abana twalefirwa balefirwa okulaisa ku masukulu pamulando wa challenges ayo abafyashi mu community muno bakwete, especially mukubulisha kwa milile na fimbi fyashala. So muri iyi program twasasanga okutila ba manager bali satusakamana nokusanga okutila n'abatuleterako program yakulapela abana ifyakulya oluchelo public ifyakutila balalya na kangwe kandalamako batupere nefyakulya fyo bakulalya public filinga porridge nemikaka.
In Ndola, another inspiring program initiated by staff at Michael Chilufyato Plaza, situated between Ndola and Kitwe, is the financial contribution towards the elderly residents at Mitanda Homes for the Aged. Kelvin Kapamba Mlenga, a toll collector, points out that the link between the young and aged has to be preserved through rendering a helping hand while upholding the notion of Ubuntu.
What really motivated us to come and do works and contribute, donate foodstuffs to the old aged is we realized the need for our old age to be well looked after, because they are the ones that brought us up. They groomed us. They've gotten us to where we are. So it's the notion to look at each and every elderly person as our own. Because we, just the same as we are one Zambia, one nation, a parent to someone else is still a parent to me. So we saw it fit that we come and clean, we come and donate foodstuffs because we need our elderly people to be in a safe and healthy environment. I will be quick to mention that NRFA has defined our social corporate responsibility as learning, as engaging, learning from, respecting and supporting communities and cultures within which we operate from. So there's a lot of culture here. They're from different backgrounds and they're just from different setup. So we thought we could learn from them in as much as we are donating and cleaning. It was an exciting thing, and it was exciting to learn that NRFA supports such things, because there are a few institutions really that have such policies in place to look out for the vulnerable people in the society. So it's been good, and we would like to do it again. We don't want to stop here, because it's a good thing. It's Ubuntu.
The center is elated that the agency, through its staff, has been able to offer time and material support and hopes that other organizations will follow suit in providing to the home for the aged.
We received a donation from National Road Funding Agency. These people, they did a great job when they came here. What they started is that they first cleaned the surrounding and helping the caregivers to clean the rooms, the geriatrics, and to make sure the beds are done properly. And the food which they donated, we really thank God because it has taken us a long way. That food lasted almost 1 month and 2 weeks. We were using that food. And if such donations are coming from such departments like NRFA, and these people, they did not stop there. They continued to come, whether they don't have a donation, but we can chat the way we can plan together to lift up a high standard of this institution. And we really thank the National Road Funding Agency for the great donation which they did.
In a related development, toll collectors at Louis Tollgate between Sananga and Sasheke in Western Province have taken to the microphone to sensitize road users on the benefits that have come with road tolling.
We say no to corruption. Say no to money laundering. We say no to corruption. Kana drug trafficking.
which is collected is the same money which is going to be used to maintain these same roads. In this road we are passing today, which is the Mongu-Sesheke Road via Livingstone. This road, many years ago, because I grew up in the Western Province, many years ago this road was not passable. So at least now it has made life easier for the people of the Western Province.
Between Mongo and Senanga, they've punched the roads so nicely. So I feel it's important to pay these toll fees so that they can help us to maintain our roads.
Zambia has experienced flash floods which have left a trail of destruction, with families being displaced from their homes in selected parts of the country. Since the beginning of January this year, the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, has been distributing food, tents and water treatment chemicals for the affected population. Flash floods have been experienced in Mufumbwe, Kasempa, Lusaka, Siavonga and Gwembe districts. In the Eastern Mambwe district, nearly 300 families were displaced by floods in the first week of January. Around 60 families were displaced in the neighboring Lumezi district. Staff at the National Road Fund Agency headquarters in Lusaka have responded by making individual and personal contributions to mitigate this disaster in what the agency's chief executive officer describes as a gesture going way beyond corporate social responsibility.
Today we, as staff from head office, came to contribute also through the same similar initiative where we've put together some personal money. We felt that we should also contribute to the fight, the battles that DMMU and also the Office of the Vice President is grappling with, going around the areas where the flood victims are essentially stranded. So we also put together an amount of 20,000 kwacha, and we bought 150 blankets. Yeah, 150 blankets. We bought some 300 plates and about 200 cups, which we thought that could be a small contribution we can also make to the efforts that we have seen you putting in terms of.
And receiving the donation comprising of blankets, plates and cups worth 20,000 kwacha, Mr. Stephen Mwanza, the Permanent Secretary Administration in the Office of the Vice President, expressed sincere gratitude for the humble gesture by staff at the NRFA and called on other well-wishers from all walks of life to emulate the agency.
Dear brothers and sisters, it is so gratifying to note that we have people within our community and society that look at what is happening to others and make interventions to be able to see whether they can assist, mitigate the effects of developments, negative developments that affect others. I'm saying so because, as the CEO said, let's all bear in mind that the contribution that's been made is from staff at the head office of the National Road Fund Agency, and it's not from the institution, because people will be asking, oh yeah, what, who else? And before long, people will be writing letters to them, can the institution do this. But this is staff having thought through and having that conscience to try and help those that have been afflicted by effects of climate change.
It goes without saying that as a little agent in Zambia, the NRFA strives to ensure that the impact of its operations go beyond simply collecting tolls for the road construction, maintenance and rehabilitation, but improving livelihood of men, women and the children in the communities where these toll gates are operating from.
To our women we say yes, to be our sister's keeper.